The most awkward concert experience I ever had was the first time I saw Smashing Pumpkins in 1994. It was 2 weeks after Kurt Cobain died. And even though Nirvana had been huge in the rock world, there was a whole new audience of people that didn't know anything about that kind of music until after he died. It was like overnight, all the jocks and cheerleaders were suddenly alternatives. The venue was filled with kids with store-bought concert t-shirts of bands you know they didn't listen to, and freshly cut jeans that you know they just cut before going to the show. It was embarrassing, but what was more embarrassing was the fact that they didn't seem to understand that concerts were where we went to get away from them. I mean, music and even moshing are spiritual practices to us. And these kids, they just didn't understand. They weren't paying attention. They didn't know the songs. They were crowd surfing when the band wasn't even playing. It got to the point where Billy Corgan started calling them out and literally making fun of individual people he was pointing out. And they still didn't seem to understand or care. They were moshing to nothing. Finally, the band got their revenge. They launched into the first few chords of their hit single that was all over MTV at the time, Today. Billy got on the mic and he said, "This next song goes out to the few people out there who get it. Thank you. And for everybody else, fuck you, because you never will." They launched into those first few chords of Today and then threw their instruments down. That was it. The show was over. They only played half a set. They walked off the stage. What was even more embarrassing was that most of the people at the show didn't even realize what had happened. They didn't even know that they had just been ripped off for half a concert. They didn't even understand that the band literally quit. I didn't care about any of them, though. I cared about Billy because I did get it. I was worried about him. So me and my friend, we went around back to where the tour bus was and waited for hours. It was a small group of fans, but they started dissipating, as every hour went by. And there was just a few of us left by the time he finally came out of the venue back door. He came out walking with his head down at the ground. And some idiot kid standing next to me had the nerve to say, "Hey, Billy, great job tonight." I was like, dude, obviously he didn't think it was a good show. Like, shut up. Stay tuned for part 2.